Bam, 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 bam.
Bop, bop.
And I'm simultaneously, glasses off time. I'm gonna watch here, and then I also have my handy dandy phone keeping up with the live stream. So
All
that's
right.
gonna be really
So I need to look right there, don't I?
fun.
Right there, is that where I need to be
Yeah,
looking?
yeah, that's perfect.
That's hard because
Um,
I can't
so
see you
let's
when I.
see. People could be watching us having. Yes, we're live.
All right,
Boom!
yay! Woo woo!
Yay! Awesome. Oh, Mama Medney says hi.
Oh, hello, hello, Mama Medney.
Tobio. So
I love
cute.
that we're on the beach together too.
I know. I mean, if we couldn't be actually in Big Spring together, this was next best thing.
Yes,
So
yes.
Slim wants to say hi too, but Slim is a lot bigger. So come on. Can you reach on my lap? No. Slim is a big boy. He's a big happy dog.
So,
So how have you
so
been?
okay, can you tell if anybody's watching this? I'm taking a picture of them if they are. Good, good. Okay, hold on. I'm taking a picture of everybody who's watching this right now. Good. You know, we're having an unusually chilly day here in West Texas. It's like 60 degrees.
Wow.
And it's nice. Yeah, nice to be working from home today under the
Yeah.
circumstances.
So have you been, and sorry, my internet might cut in and out a little bit. So everyone just like hang tight, we're on a beach, so just like chill. Um, so have you been working from home a while?
Yes. At the radio station, we have cut down the crew to a skeleton crew, and those who can work from home are working from home. Of course, the DJs and the news team has to go in every day, but they're sanitizing, disinfecting, and social distancing from each other, and we're just plugging along.
Smart. Yeah, it is so interesting. I miss the days of us just running around Big Spring. I feel like fighting crime as like a power team of reporters and
Right.
TV station, radio station. So for everyone,
Well,
no, please go ahead.
We've started doing some videos at KBest and doing some Facebook videos for customers and clients. And I find myself saying, no, that background's not going to work. We need to move this over here, move this over there. And they're saying, no, it doesn't make a difference. And I said, yes, it does make a difference. When I get home and Danny says, that's because SMedney taught you. And I said, you're right.
Uh, my legacy lives on.
It does. Yeah.
That makes me so happy. Oh, kisses. And how's Danny?
Danny's doing great. Danny, of course, as you remember, works at a funeral home, which is an essential business. So
Yeah.
he's been having to go to work every day. Nothing's changed for him,
Wow. And
except
so,
he's wearing a mask.
yeah, I was going to ask, so you mentioned Howard County hadn't had any cases. Is that still true?
That is still true. As of, let's see, 2:04 Central Time on Friday, April 3rd, 0 cases of COVID-19 in Howard County. Whoop, whoop.
That's awesome. That's really nice. Yeah, we New York has a bunch of cases. Yeah, as does
Right?
Washington, where I am currently. So it's just been social distancing, staying inside, playing with this adorable dog.
Yes.
And if anyone's watching, like Shonda, I hope you're there somewhere. Debbie, like put talk in the comment section so that we can have a little virtual chat that way as well. Hopefully, people. This is fun. This is my second live YouTube conversation.
Very cool. I'm not going to pretend that I know how to find it. You sent me the link, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should like post here. You know what? I can while we're doing this, I can share this fun stuff since I also have on my phone in the thing. So for people watching right now and they're like, this is very entertaining. Now you know. We're live. Yeah, it's very interesting having like I'm currently using actual like data here, Wi-Fi there so that the connection is a little bit better. So while I'm doing this, talk about just like, I mean, I haven't seen you since, what was it, like right after New Year's last year?
Yeah, well, we did a pretty popular video here in West Texas that you shot and edited for us, and it's still kind of famous around here. That was exactly 3 years ago, exactly.
No way.
Yeah, yeah, because the Oh My Garth video was for people to enter this contest where they could lip sync songs to Garth Brooks or Trisha Yearwood, and the tickets that we gave away were for April 1st. So that was 3 years ago this week.
Wow. How
It was
time flies.
it was great. It was a lot of fun. You're an amazing editor.
Thank you, my friend. You're a great,
So
like, oh,
for
no,
those
go.
of us in Texas who haven't gotten to keep up with you, tell us about what you're doing on Broadway. I know it's suspended temporarily, but what did you leave us to go do?
Well, you see, Melinda. So I realized as I was doing a lot of the reporting in West Texas how much I love Broadway. So I would be talking about Hamilton, I would randomly break out into song,
Yes.
if you remember, and I realized that there was like a whole world out there that I could use my actual journalism and video editing skills and video shooting skills, and be able to do that all in one. And that was like the cool thing about being an MMJ out in West Texas, was I knew I could do everything on my own with like the help and support of team members and producers. um, and so I drove from Texas to New York, and then went to Broadway Con like the next day, which was fun, and then went to Puerto Rico, kind of like a beach like we're on right now, to see
Yes.
Hamilton with
Yes.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, which was pretty fun. And so now I just use my video skills and I film a lot of things like Broadway in Bryant Park, Broadway Under the Stars, the Tony Awards, like interviews. It's really great to be able to be a journalist like on the Broadway scene, but also have that strong background of doing hard news for 2 years and also community news and seeing the different angles and always finding the positive side.
Well, I know you're awesome at it for obvious reasons. So, how does that pay? I mean, do you have to get sponsors to back all of that stuff?
That's a great question, Melinda. The pay is still interesting. So I have a Showtreon. It's called Patreon for anyone who doesn't know. It's a way to support artists on a monthly basis. So you can go to patreon.com/bwaySHO. And I have people who donate $2 a month, $5 a month, 10 or 18. And that really helps. Plus YouTube videos are monetized, some of them. So even like what we're doing right now, like the more people that tune in, the more advertisers that see it. And if you ever see on YouTube, like the skippable ads, non-skippable ads, it's cool if you skip it, just like let it run for a few more seconds so that the artist or the advertiser really gets to like have their voices heard. Like it really helps to have people watching those ads, because then in turn I think it makes more money. It's actually a very odd thing to, you can't fully track yet, or else I haven't been able to see exactly how well it works to be able to know how the YouTube is monetizing or not monetizing. So trying to find more sponsors still.
So, how does skippable ads and non-skippable work? Does that mean that they paid for them or not paid for them?
Once again, great question. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I've read some things about like you can choose on your monetization part of YouTube, like, oh, do you want things to be only non-skippable, or do you also want people to have like they have to watch a YouTube ad, and that might deter some people or not. So doing the skippable ads, like they've still paid for it, and I think it just depends, like sometimes you have one, sometimes you have two if you've let it run all the way through. So it's very odd now watching other people's YouTube videos. I'm like, I guess I'll watch the whole ad.
Aw, that's because you're an artist.
Yeah, artist support artists. So that's been my biggest thing. Still trying to figure out like other ways of monetizing, and sponsorship for bwaySHO.com. It's like, it's very odd going from having a place like CBS 7 that you do your work and you get a paycheck. And now I have my own company and I do a little bit of freelancing, but it's a whole new world.
Yes, the sales never stops.
Exactly. And you know a bunch about that. Like how has K-Best Media been?
We've been doing well. Fortunately, businesses still recognize the importance of advertising during this time, although a lot of the advertisements have changed. We've been updating a lot of ads saying that ABC Business is now open from these hours to these hours, or ABC Business is open online, but we will deliver to your doorway, or curbside, and things like that. So it's still important to get information out to the public, and it's a weird time, as you know, for everybody, and I'm loving seeing the creativity that's coming out in communities. I'm loving seeing the closeness that families have because they're forced to be forced to slow down and be close. And there are a lot of silver linings that I've seen in this.
And so how has Rotary been? I really miss y'all.
Yeah, actually, we just had a Rotary Zoom meeting, and there were probably, gosh, I don't know how many people were in attendance. My entire computer screen was filled. It was like maybe 15 to 20 people, and that was fun. That was the first time we'd ever done that, and there was a lot of figuring out, how does this work? Where's the control for this? How do I make it multi-screen? But it's awesome. Rotary is still doing a lot of good for the community, and it's made up of people who want to do good. You are missed.
Oh, Malinda, how I miss thee. No, Rotary was so cool because if I hadn't met you, I wouldn't have known that that was something I would want to be a part of. I love spending time helping others, and I was in APO in college, which is a service fraternity. And so there were a lot of the same ideas and factors that I really like. But having this group of amazing humans that we got to meet with, that's why I wanted to do it Friday, like just after Rotary time, because and being at the Settles Hotel. Okay, for people watching who never have had the brilliant opportunity to see the Settles Hotel, can you describe it?
Oh, yeah. It's the landmark in Big Spring. It was built in 1931. It has how many floors? I don't know how many floors, but at one time it was the tallest building in West Texas. And in my lifetime, I never knew it to be open because it closed right around the time that I was born. So it was this giant abandoned dinosaur for decades, and it was the town's landmark. So it was kind of depressing. And then a hometown guy who was born and raised here in Big Spring, Brent Ryan, his company funded the restoration of it and the renovation, along with some historical grants and other avenues of revenue that were contributed. And it was, gosh, I want to say $32 million later, it was renovated and reopened, and it's first class. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's the jewel in the crown of Big Spring.
Yes. When life is back working again on a normal scale, anyone who's in the area should definitely check it out. I mean, the pool outside was beautiful, and that's where I spent my last weekend, basically, because that's where I went to the New Year's Eve party, and that was a lot of fun. So the Settles is quite the gem. I mean, it kind of felt like I was back in New York with how high class and quality it was.
Yeah. So, okay, speaking of Rotary, next week is Good Friday. That's the Friday before Easter, so we will not be meeting. But the week after that, we're going to have another Zoom meeting, and I'm going to suggest that SMedney gets an invitation.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yes, SMedney will happily accept that invitation.
That'll be fun.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it is so weird with having the holidays because Passover starts next Wednesday. And ironically enough, it was easier for me to find matzo ball soup in West Texas than it is here in Washington State.
Wow, I wouldn't have expected that.
Right. I thought surely going to Safeway, which is where I went there, and HEB, HEB is pretty great. They had the good stuff, but I couldn't believe that when I asked about if they had matzo ball soup, they were like, matzo. I don't think we
Oh,
have it.
wow. Wow. I'm surprised. What about the Pike place? Is that what it's called? I would think there'd be some down there.
Oh, down in Seattle, we're about
Yes.
like an hour-ish away from Seattle. So if like the world were working right now, yes, it would be super easy to go down there and get it. And I guess it's been kind of interesting because if you're in your car and then you get curbside pickup, like people are saying that's okay. So maybe we'll do that right before for like the Seder so I can have like a proper Passover Seder and then amongst the crazy times. But yeah, that's an interesting point. Are there a lot of like curbside pickups still going on?
Yes, most definitely. And hold on, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to do this and go here. There.
Nice. Whoa.
I've always wanted to see the aurora borealis, and here I am in the middle of it.
What a time to be alive.
Yes, Smedney, I changed that background because it wouldn't have seemed legit if I told you that Toby is cold, and there we are on a on a sunny beach. But like I said, it's cold here in Texas. It's well, let me see exactly how cold it is.
Yeah.
In West Texas, it is dandy dandy weather. Oh, it actually is cold. It's
Oh,
colder than I think. It's 46 degrees.
wow.
So I need to get this little warm-natured dog under some covers.
Yes.
And, but we'll be sending you the invitation for
Awesome.
Rotary. Okay? All
Well,
right.
thanks for catching up with me.
Yes, thanks, Medney. We love you in Texas.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right.